Hello everybody and welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations walkthrough. I think I'm going to settle on walkthrough. Feels like it's the most apt thing considering there's not really anything to collect. So this is basically a walkthrough of how to get through the game. But this is Dahlia's testimony of when she met Nick. And yes, this is the final act of our little drama. This is the last part of the first case of Trials and Tribulations. And, just so satisfying. Destined. How odd. As I said, don't really believe in destiny, but do believe in inevitability. So, yes, why would a literature student be in a courtroom reading room? I mean, to be fair, if you were analysing a case to use in a literary essay, then it's perfectly fine. Because you may be looking at certain elements of law, if you're dealing with like subject of justice, or if you're not dealing with crime in that time frame or whatever. So there is reason for a literature student to go there, but you see, Guy doesn't really seem like a decent literature student. I mean, she perhaps got the look of an English student. Well, a literature student. Being a little bit artsy-fartsy. A little bit airy-fairy, shall we say. Trust me, that's not entirely always accurate to do with people who study literature, because you look at me, I'm basically your bog-standard typical geek, wearing t-shirts and jeans and fleeces. That's me. Maybe a cardi and a shirt when I'm at work, but that's about as far as it goes. And all my t-shirts are, you know, video game / film related. But yes, Dahlia Hawthorne was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Exactly at the time when she met Nick, so, well, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. And, I'm sorry, what? Explain, Duck. Well, I have to say, don't agree. I'm pretty sure she did. Well, she was involved in that case very heavily, and Grossberg, just shut up. I have to say, Marvin Grossberg is easily one of my least favourite characters in the Ace Attorney franchise, largely because I really don't give a damn about his hemorrhoids. And he does just constantly go on about his butt. And it's just like, sorry, no, just sod off with your hemorrhoids. Get some cream, deal with it, please. And, now, we've still got a cross-examination to go. And, I think Dahlia might have just slipped up. And it's just, I cannot wait for this. So, bring it! So, okay, it's suspicious, but fine. Also suspicious, but fine. Also suspicious, but fine. Also suspicious, but fine. But you see, this is where there's a problem, because Mr. Duckswallow was a pharmacology student. And you were going out with him. About 8 months ago. Well, just over 8 months ago. So, very easy access to that kind of poison. And also someone who would know this sort of stuff. So, kind of a big problem. And please, can we have the corner music play? Oh, there it is. Ah. Always down for a bit of Cornered. It's always one of my favourite songs in the entire franchise. Basically Cornered and Turnabout Sisters. My two favourites. Because, it's just so satisfying. It's just like... just the excitement builds and you just go, oh my god! You just feel like so on the ball and on the case, and it's glorious. Like, I think I remember when I first played the game, when I got to this, it was just... the excitement was just ludicrously high. I was just... I was bouncing off the walls with how awesome this was. Well, you see, we have proof. Plain and simple, we have proof. She may not have had anything on her person when the crime happened, but you see, we've already had a little bit of information, because, yeah, Dahlia gave Nick a present, which has a little bottle on it. Boom! Take that! Oh, come off it, Winston. Nick's quite clearly delusional. He thinks that she's absolutely head over heels in love with him. Clearly, not quite the truth. And I suppose now that the poison has been brought up, I can finally tell you about Rappaccini's daughter. So, that book by... well, that short story by Nathaniel Hawthorne is about a man who falls in love with a woman who has a strong poison coursing through her veins, and she's capable of killing anything with a simple touch. So you see, Dahlia Hawthorne is very, very evil. She's quite clearly an awful human being. Because she's very obviously the murderer in this instance. And Nick, just give up while you're ahead. You're blinded to the truth by your love. And it's harsh, but yes, why on earth would she be in love with you? But yeah, she wants that necklace back, mate. And I have to say, now that this is all taking place, my mind is brought back to Mother Knows Best reprise, Entangled. Because obviously there's a bit in the song where it's this is why he's here. Oh gosh. Oh yes, this is why he's here, don't let him deceive you. Give it to him, watch, you'll see. Trust me, my dear, that's so fast to leave you. I won't say I told you so. So yes, if you just change the words a little bit to this is why she's here. Don't let her deceive you. Give it to her, watch, you'll see. Trust me, Phoenix, that's how fast she'll leave you. I won't say I told you so. No, Phoenix knows best. Phoenix is so mature now. And I've just completely messed up the words, but who cares? You've got the point, and oh god, Nick. What have you done? Oh, he's bloody nabbed the bottle, you bloody pillock! just... Nick's completely delusional. He really is. I mean, like, there's being in love, and then there's... I will give my life to... Well, it doesn't even make sense. Because... I mean, yes, he's sort of giving his life to protect hers, but, kind of doesn't make sense to do so, because really he should think, I need to save my skin here, because otherwise I'm going to die, and she might not necessarily be found guilty, because they kind of have to prove her guilt, and oh, Nick ate it. I mean, already this is kind of dangerous, because he's just eaten glass, which is not good. Not good in the slightest. I mean, you just should not eat glass. Because it's just going to shred your throat. And, there are plenty of reasons why the bottle might not have much poison in it these days. But... trust her with your life, would you? I think that might come back to bite you on the ass quite heavily, Winston. Right. They want evidence? We are going to give them evidence. Because, I'm sorry, Dahlia's guilty, and, Phoenix, I hope you will, sort this out for us. So, what is the thing? So finally, we're getting a little bit more information out of this. So, what did Doug Swallow say to Nick? And there we have it. Doug Swallow was trying to protect Phoenix's life because he realised that Dahlia was behind the murder 8 months ago, and she was trying to murder someone once again. And... oh... this is exactly the break that we needed. Well, Nick, the information that you've just given us has given us everything that we need to put the nail in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's coffin. So yes, Nick, I know this is going to break your heart, mate, but there's only one person that she was thinking of killing. Because what would she kill to get back? Well, she clearly would kill Nick. Because he had the necklace and he was showing it off to everyone because, seriously. Yeah. Yes, Nick. Hopefully you will finally see that Dahlia is a horrible person. Yeah, there isn't. Well, there are no other people in this case, so clearly she wanted to kill Nick. I mean, to be fair, this is not how normal law works. I mean, generally, if you're dealing in generals, it is often people that, well, murderers are often the people that the victims know, generally. But there are obviously sometimes instances where murders are done on complete strangers, at which point it's much more difficult for it to only be one person who could be the murderer. In other instances, there's a lot of evidence that proves that they are, and even then sometimes they still get overlooked. Which is ludicrous, but it happens because reality is not quite as dry as a video game, and in quite a lot of instances, even people who are convicted of murder don't always admit their guilt. At least that's something that is nice about the Ace Attorney franchise, is that all of the criminals in this game have breakdowns, and they admit it. They admit that they did the crime. But finally, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne has revealed her true personality. And yes, she's turned into such a cold, heartless bitch. It's the only way to describe her, really. And I've tried to stop using that word where I can, anyway. Because unfortunately, I don't know why, it's just natural. I've become a little bit extra sweary as of late. Don't know why. Certainly not intended to get there, but I have. So I'm just trying to rein it back in, and ooh, that is terrifying. So, you know what, actually? Yes. We can give some evidence, because there's something that we've got that is clearly something that's going to get her sorted. Only one piece of evidence can be presented, so we need to prove that Dahlia was trying to murder Nick. And oof, sod off, Dahlia. So clearly, if she was trying to poison Nick, she would have put the poison in something that she knew he was going to take, i.e. Cold Killer X. After all, he would just take that, and he would be none the wiser until he was dead. But yes, it's been poisoned. Dahlia, you are cornered. And exactly. Dahlia Hawthorne really likes giving away evidence to other people to hold on to, so that nobody suspects her. And this is how we're going to end it. So yes, there's her motive for killing Doug Swallow. And we've wrapped this up in a nice little bow. So, Dahlia, there is no way out. No way out at all. And there we go. The final blow. Come on. Take the medicine, Dahlia. And, oh, Jesus wept! And there we go. Dahlia Hawthorne basically admitted that she was the murderer. We are victorious. So, Winston, if you're that certain to say that your witness can't lie or is not lying, come on, you take the medicine. Prove it's not poisoned. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do adore playing as Mia because she just feels so in control of the situation even when she's not. It's really satisfying to see. Because she's just all over this and it's glorious. And, oh dear, poor Winston Payne. This is how he lost that glorious pompadour. He got his ass well and truly handed to him, and now he's going to be going bald for the rest of his life. A likely story, Judge. But here we go. We are victorious. Clearly, Dahlia did it, and Nick is innocent. So, give us that not guilty verdict, Mr. Judge. Let's bring the first case of Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations to a close, and there it is. Beautiful. So, wasn't, well, it was a slightly rocky road there. It's probably the well, one of the cases with the most at stake. Because, I mean, obviously the first trial of the first game was Larry Butts, and I mean, if something smells, it's usually the Butts. Can't even remember the first case of Justice for All, which is really bad, actually. But the original trilogy, yes, because if Mia never got Nick a not guilty verdict, he'd be dead and there would be no Ace Attorney trilogy. So, kind of very important. So... How very intriguing. Started in art and then decided to move into law to help someone in trouble. I wonder who that could be. And aww, you're so cute! And oh, I love this theme so much. Lovely, lovely Turnabout sisters. There we go. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, is complete. And I hope you will join me for the next episode, The Stolen Turnabout. It's going to be glorious.